All right, buddy. Everybody, welcome to Slap Son. We got the man in the building. We're coming to you live from the car again because it's our favorite second home, our favorite second studio. We got the man with the hair that rivals Sugar Sean. You know what I'm saying? He was the champ. He's going to fight back. He's got the strap. He's got a little mark on his shoulder. It's there. It's there. He wants to put it back on. He wants to put that strap back on. You feel me? It's coming on December 6th, round 2. He's going to cradle that baby and maybe drop it. We'll see what happens. Everybody, give it up for Emmanuel Muniz!
What's up? What's up? What's up, brother?
What's up, dude? I'm so happy you could come on, man. This is fantastic. Here, let
Yeah,
me,
I've been trying to get a little more active lately. I've been a little quiet, so it's nice to step
no,
out a little
I noticed that here. Let me, I'm not that cool. Let me take these shades off. Um,
bit.
yeah, man, let's walk through it a little bit. So for people that are listening or watching, let's talk about how you got into this holy shit game of slap, how you won the strap, and let's lead up a little bit to this match that's coming.
Yeah, definitely. So I joined powerslap. I think it's right around 2 years now. I've been doing it. I was fortunate. I kind of just knew someone who was involved, got me involved. It was actually DTP Dorian Perez. Was fighting on this card as well. He's the one who had originally got me involved. And I still remember them calling me and offering me a spot on the show, and I was like, oh, I guess it sounds fucking cool. I don't really know what that is, but you guys are paying me, cool. I'll be there. And from there, it just took off. Obviously, I made it onto the show, had that first round knockout, and it was amazing. It was thrilling, so I just kept with it. And I had originally started at middleweight, which was it was always too big of a weight class for me. I usually walk around at like 185, 180. At that time, I was walking around there. So eventually I made the drop to welterweight and just climbed through the rankings, man. And then I got the match with Chris. We obviously got the second season of the show. It went great. Obviously, that match went great. It was a great match. I was able to win knockout in the fifth round, and then immediately after, Blackburn, was able to finish him off as well, which kind of just led into our first match, and our first match banger. Anyone who's been able to see it, it was 5 rounds of just straight war. I was glad to be a part of it. Unfortunately, I was on the losing side of it. But here we are coming back to it at second round again.
Man, fantastic, fantastic. Yeah, we were actually there uh, on PS8 back in June.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, so we were new to the sport then, obviously, but dude, that match was nuts. I kept looking at my boy like, they're going another round? They're going another round? So, dude, that's cool. So, what is this next match coming up? Obviously, you want to win that strap back. Are you taking any different techniques? Are you taking any different, like, dietary things, health-wise training? Or you just feel like you know what you got to do and you got to go in and do it? Like, what's different? What's the same going into round 2?
Yeah, I mean, coming into the last one, there are some things that went wrong. I don't think it necessarily affected me, on stage. So this time, just kind of, trying to make sure I'm good all the way leading up to it. Happy, content, and the biggest thing, man, I think that made I guess lost me the match would be consistency. I got to put a consistent slap down 5 times. I feel like my first couple weren't really that good. I was missing the mark, and for someone who's been doing it so long, it just can't miss the mark that many times. I understand once, but missing the mark 2 or 3 times, it just wasn't ideal. I wasn't able to put the best effort, put my best slaps out there. So coming into this one, man, it's just consistency. I want to put down the best slap all 5 rounds. I was able to hurt him a little bit in the fifth round. I got to start that in the first round. So
And do you think that, like, when you're going through that the first time and you're like, oh, my strike isn't there, my strike isn't there, is that nerves or is that just an off day?
it's funny. I've actually talked to him a little bit about this. There's a couple different things that on my end that I think I just didn't prepare correctly. But the biggest thing is he has like a weird shaped face. It was just different, and I couldn't lock in on how to fucking get my hand on his face, and I couldn't make that adjustment correctly, and obviously I paid the price for it.
Man, I love that. I was not expecting that answer. That's awesome. I was laughing there, but that's kind of a real thing. Like you get up there, you don't know what that form is. So the button changes a little bit.
Yeah, everyone has a slightly different face. Some people might have similar faces, but there's definitely people with different shape of their face. Like you said, the button's kind of in a little bit of a different spot, changes the angle of your hand. So it's something that I came to a realization after this match, because it wasn't an issue I had before, that I have to take into consideration their face, what it's shaped like, what I'm trying to hit, because it's not all the same.
Yeah, it's funny. You would never. I mean, even myself, I didn't even think about that till you said that. That's super interesting. That's a good detail, man. A little insight there. Um, I'm looking at your. I'm looking at your hair, bro. What's up? Are we gonna go crazy in December, or
Yeah,
are we
yeah,
keeping it like
definitely.
this?
So I had shaved it after the last one. I shaved it after the last one. Obviously, it gotten real short. So I'm just in the process of growing it out. I'll probably dye it sometime next week, hopefully, and then I'll get the color in probably about a week before.
What color are we going with, dude?
Pink. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pink. I'm pretty locked in on pink.
Dude, I like it. Well, the pink, I love it. Stands out. It fits your personality, and people, they recognize you for that too. So I love that you're gonna redo it.
Yeah, definitely. It's so funny, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I'd colored hair and shit, I probably would have told you you're crazy. But it's fun, it's exciting. It's cool to do things with it and kind of explore different things. I've enjoyed it.
Well, it works, man. It works. People, yeah, you've got that going for you. Because like in the sport now, it's interesting to talk to everybody because everyone's finding their own little niche that get that like, hey, this is a show. And the
Yeah,
fact that you're the guy that brought that first to the game, I mean, it's cool. It's a big deal. I mean, it's not a small thing. People recognize you for that.
yeah, definitely. It's funny that you say that because when I was coaching on season two, to this point, like to that point, I had already like that. I felt that's what got me the match with Chris, what got me the show. Um, so coaching them through the whole second season, I kept reiterating that to them, that like we're, as much as we're competing, we're putting on a show, we're entertainment, and you guys have to act accordingly. Like, we're up there to entertain people. As much as you're trying to win, you also have to entertain them if you want to be interesting, if you want these title shots, if you want to move up these rankings, if you want people to tune in. um like a great example I would use them, and it was fun, he ended up being on the show, as Amir. I was like, Amir loses a lot of fights, but he's entertaining. People want to see him. He'll keep coming back because people want to see him up there, and it's just that simple. Same thing with Connor. Connor's lost his last 2-3 fights or whatever it is, but people still want to see it.
Yeah. I was just talking with, excuse me. I was just talking with Wes Mena yesterday, and it's funny because today Bryce Jones, he was kind of talking about it today, but yesterday we were talking, on the call about how, he went undefeated on the show, this and that. He's got the biggest hands God ever created. You know what I mean? Like he has all the tools to be that guy, but at the end of the day, man, it is a show, and whether people like it or not, Turp missing weight a couple of times and whatever. You gotta get eyeballs. You gotta sell tickets. So, and the fact that you understand that, I think it poses a good future for you,
Yeah, hopefully.
man. So coming up, what does training look like for you? I've heard guys that hate the bob. I've heard guys and girls that are using pool noodles. I talked to one guy who actually is getting a sensor embedded into like a bob so he can see how hard he's striking on a person. What does your training look like?
Yeah, so I mean, I lift Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday. I do MMA 2-3 times a week at least, if not more. And then when it comes to the accuracy, my technique and stuff, I do use a bob. I prefer a bob. It's the most realistic thing you can use, rather than slapping someone for real. So just preparing my body correctly, and then I come home, I have a bob at home. I'm able to train on that and perfect the technique. Line myself for that stuff. So
And then on the defensive side, what do you do? Do you just work your neck and stuff, or how do you practice? How do you practice defense, man?
The defense is really a technique, and once you lock the technique in, is really not like practice. It's not like you practice getting hit. Um, it's a big mental thing, being mentally prepared for it and mentally ready. Of course, taking care of your brain on a health matter um, is a big important thing. So, like, I stopped sparring a couple weeks out. Um, After matches, obviously, I stopped sparring. It's just taking care of your head. It's those repeated. People don't realize it's those repeated blows that'll fuck you up. Consistently getting hit and so on and so forth. A lot of people don't train like that, so it's good for them. But just taking care of my head. I don't do anything specific for my neck or my like like that, my jaw. Nothing specific or out of the ordinary. I like I said, I lift, but nothing like extraordinary. But lock in that technique and just mentally prepare.
And so it's more of a that's interesting. So defense to you is more of a hey, am I healthy and am I aware more than doing like those neck turns or stiffening up or anything like that. It's just more of a make sure my whole entity up there that can get striked
Yeah,
is healthy.
yeah, and don't get me wrong, those neck things are twisting in the neck, and I forget what it's called, but they have that machine. Those are helpful. Those are totally like if you have them and you're using them, you're not hurting yourself. You're absolutely helping yourself. But yeah, I'm a big believer in a your mentality, your mentals, and then b taking care of your brain, letting it heal, letting giving it time to rest, giving it time to prepare itself.
No, that's great. So what's up, man? You got a family? Is it just you? What's going on?
Uh, well, right now, just me, but of course I have, of course I have a family. I live away. I live on my own, so it's just me. Spend a lot of times. I live close to my little brothers, my two little brothers, so I spend a lot of time with them. But in that, just focused on setting up my future, my life.
Dude, I love that. You're crushing it. A champ of a sport and about to try and repeat as a champ, and you're just living on your own. I love it, dude. You're crushing it, man.
Yeah, for sure. Just trying to get by day, and improve every single day.
I love it. Are you do you slap full time or do you have another job that you go to during the day?
Yeah, no, right now I've been stopping full time for probably like the last year or so. Um, it's been okay. It's definitely an adjustment from working like a full time job, and it gets boring sometimes. I'll admit that, but enjoy it on a lot of ends too.
Yeah, that's great, man. The more we talk with guys and gals, it's already getting to a point for some people like yourself where they can kind of step back and just focus on the sport, which is so huge.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember I'm a big MMA nerd, and I remember way back in the day how these guys were legit. They had a job, and then they had to train, and then they had to pay to travel to get to the event. And with Slap, say what you will about it, it's got some flaws here and there, but it's growing and moving so fast that people will actually be able to just have this as what they do, and that's incredible, man. It's really great for the strikers and their families.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. I could see it, within the next couple of years for sure. It'll be taking care of families for sure.
Yeah, it's so cool. I was listening to a pod the other day about the roster. Are they approaching 300 fighters already?
I have no clue about that. I probably
Oh,
know
okay.
about 100 of them. If they have some, hiding in the background, I'm sure they do. They always have something. They're always working. So I know, Frank, Erica, the team over there, they're always working real hard. So I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, I say that to say it just to show that it is growing so fast, and it's exciting to see people thinking they can come in and that's a pathway to the UFC or something like that. But once they get on that stage and they're across the podium from guys like you, they realize, oh shit, this is different and it's real.
Yeah, no, definitely. Don't get me wrong. You could transition over from MMA with relative ease, but it's not easy. Just because you're good at MMA doesn't mean you're gonna walk up there and be good at power stop. Obviously vice versa. We're not all fighters. Some of us are, but it's a little bit different of a sport, and you'd be shocked to find out how hard it is.
Yeah, dude. My I respect the stones that all you strikers have to just get up there because you are going to get hit. As dumb as that sounds, as obvious as that sounds, I don't think people realize it, my guy, until they get up there sometimes. They're like, oh shit, I have to get hit.
Yeah, and especially by someone who's been training their ass off to perfect that one hit they're gonna get on you. They're trying to make sure they put you to sleep.
Yeah, it's real, man. It's real. So December comes, you have the rematch, it goes the way you want. What happens then, dude? What happens in that moment? Do you call somebody out? Do you just live in it? At that moment, you have so much leverage on that mic. Is there anything you've thought about that you might want to go after when you get that strap again?
Right now, the welterweight division it's been a little bit slow, stuck in the mud a little bit. I definitely would like to see some movement. Um, I know Jules probably the next contender up, and I wouldn't mind facing him next at all. Um, but I just want to see some more excitement in the matches. Be able to build a proper title match. Um, that would probably be the biggest thing for me. So not anyone in particular I'm calling out. I'm not looking to move weight classes right now. Like I said, Isaiah's my boy. He just won the middleweight belt, so there's kind of no interest in that. So I think I'll just enjoy it.
No, I love that, man. And you're right. I think one of the things that the sport is missing is it's kind of funny because there really is such a good community about the sport. Everyone seems to have such respect for one another and all that. But there really hasn't been this like, you know, McGregor Aldo or like Tyson Holyfield, something to kind of like really groundswell a card that's coming up. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I mean the only like real beef there's ever been in a serious fight is me and Chris, but I obviously got ended pretty swiftly. So, but other than that, everyone, all of us get along. We're all like a real tight knit family. Obviously we go up there and we try to destroy each other, but we're a real tight knit family outside of that, and everyone takes care of one another and helps one another.
No, I think that's great, man. And those things have to happen naturally, right? Like,
Hmm.
they just have to sort of appear. I guess you can't manufacture a beef.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So let's talk about. I didn't know you were homies with Isaiah. He's your boy.
Yeah, yeah, we train together sometimes, talk a lot. So he's one of my close friends. He lives probably one of the closest to me, uh, in Power Slap. So I
No,
get to
that's
see
very
him
cool.
pretty.
It's funny, man. He's such a cool guy. Like we actually had him on, months ago in the summer, and his phone overheated in the parking lot, and so we had to cut it short. So we've tried to have him back on since, but the few minutes he did spend with us, he's a cool guy, man. He'll be a cool champ for the sport.
Oh, for sure, and he'll be there for a while for sure too.
Yeah, it seems that way. So all right, December comes. It goes the way you want. You have that strap. You're saying you just kind of want to live in the moment a little bit, not necessarily calling anybody out. Is there something personally you want to take from that and achieve if that becomes your belt again?
For sure, I want to defend it. I mean, I gotta make my stake, my claim in 170. Um, I want to defend it a few times before I hang it up. I could at some point see myself dropping to 55 because I intend on going pro in MMA, and I would fight at 55 in MMA. So it's something that I could see down the line. Probably not anytime soon, but I want to just stake my claim at 170.
I respect that. I respect that. So earn it back, defend it a few times, and then shit, maybe move over to MMA at 55. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Where have you fought before in MMA, or have you had matches yet?
No, I've only had burners. I've only been training for 2-3 years now. I had intended on going amateur probably about 2 years ago, and then I got involved with power stop, and I've just been focused on this. But it's been cool. It's been allowing me to just train, behind the scenes, obviously, and work on that, work on my craft there. So just getting better every day. Um, Hopefully next year I'll take an amateur fight, but we'll see.
Yo, that would be awesome. Little Ami belt to go with the power slap belt.
For sure.
Dude, that's cool. All right, man. So before we take off, get back to your day and all that, I love asking this question where you're in this game, you yourself have already achieved the height of it, and you're working your way to get back to that. But overall in your life, with such a cool platform and so many eyeballs on you, what is the ultimate thing for you? Is it money? Is it to get notoriety? Is it just to be part of something that's kind of crazy right now? Like for you, what is like the ultimate thing you want to get out of it all?
Now I'd say it's a little bit of everything. You know, obviously the money part is great. It allows me to train and focus on this full time. You know, like I said, behind the scenes, I get to train full time, you know, in MMA, and you know, not have a job, for instance. So in that aspect, I love that. Being a part of something new, being a part of something that's growing, and being a part of such an amazing company, I love that part of it. So a little bit of everything. I enjoy being here. I enjoy the sport. I enjoy helping the sport grow. I want to be around for a long time, even after I retire and so on. So it's just it's been great to be a part of. I'm happy to have been a part of it, and I'm happy to continue to grow.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, hey, you're not doing bad. You're doing okay in the sport. And we want nothing but the best for you, my guy. Seriously, you, your family, everybody. And if the strap is what you want, we want you to get it and achieve all those dreams. And thank you so much for coming on, man. I really do appreciate it.
For sure. Thank you.
All right, brother. Let's have this thing upload.